All right, good morning, guys. This is the Patriot Radio News Hour. Jason here, solo. Joe Jake is in Texas, and we're going to go solo. I got some specials. I got JR. He's coming on to talk a little bit with me. I'll be completely solo tomorrow. I've got it covered, and I got some cool stuff for you guys to place a little bit of money in. I mean, today is January 15th. For all you guys that are independent contractors, I've been one of those for a long time. This is your fourth quarter is due today. Better get it in before the tax man cometh, right? This new year is started, and gold and silver is on a tear. The overnight, though, and coming into this morning, gold is finally a down day in gold and silver. But just like these down days that silver has had over the last year and gold over the last year, the overnight, I checked the overnight. The overnight, you can see overnight prices moving at like 6 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night before you go to bed. And silver was down $5.50. I think gold was down, 40 or something. And then as the morning started and I'm getting ready to come do a show, here it comes. Silver just kind of grinded back up. So on the down, I noticed on the down days, silver... we have these bigger moves now, these big multi-dollar moves, which we didn't have before. And when silver has these now, $5.50 overnight, well, now it's $3.15 that it's back right now. And so the losses aren't so bad. The gains are huge. The moves are very large, and it's why we have to be careful the prices in which we buy and sell silver so Patriot Trading Group doesn't get caught in a bad spot. I remember when I was you guys listening to this show before I joined in 2018, and I had 3 gold and silver radio shows I listened to. Patriot was just one of a mix, and I can't remember the company's names because that was a long time ago. But this one company, they super specialized in old American silver dollars, Morgan and Peace dollars, bags and bags of silver dollars. That's all they sold. That's all they sold. And when 2013 continued to plunge the silver prices and gold prices downward, that show disappeared. And it was cool. They had the cool music. They had fun. They were selling, rolls or bags of Morgan and Peace dollars. That's kind of what they specialized in. But I'll tell you what happened. What happened was they kept thinking the price was going to go up, or they made a gamble, or they bought a whole bunch from a customer, and then the price plunged, and then they lost, and they probably did it again. And they probably held a lot of inventory. And now coin shops hold inventory. The old coin shops are the old coin shops because they've built that inventory over a long period of time, and it makes them a little more resilient. But guys breaking into this, I was breaking into selling gold and silver years ago, and I was the bottom man. And I was really, I was getting from a local coin dealer in Colorado here. He was giving me kind of half of his margin and I was out there as a process server driving around. So I'd place my Craigslist ads and my ads in different places to contact me, and then depending on which town I was in, serving papers, whether it be Greeley or whether it be Lakewood or Boulder, different days I was in different places. I would set up the meet with whoever was buying from me, and then I would make sure to put my order in with the guy that was helping me sell for him, essentially. And when 2017 rolled around, the margins got razor thin, and this guy basically just cut me out. And I was doing this for several years. I wasn't making a lot of money, but I was learning. And the market is a fickle thing, man. There's so many factors, and you guys listening to this show over the years, before or during the time that I've been here, you're getting really good information. You're getting a lot of experience. Eric, who's no longer with us, started this company, and he etched out his. Patriot Trading was where I was. It was a nothing little company in shortwave radio, and then it got onto KHNC and KXXT in Arizona. And I like the way they run. I like the way this outfit operates. It's why I sold my house to buy into this company back in 2018, because it was Groundhog's Day 2018. We're coming up on that anniversary for me. That's when Joe went on the air and offered to sell part of the company to people that were interested. And I didn't have $50,000. He was letting some people come in a lower amount, but the biggest he was allowing was $50,000, and I didn't have that at the time. But I had it in my equity for all those years of paying down the principal. It got me to where I had enough equity, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go for this. I didn't want to sell any of my metals, and I didn't want to dig into my savings, so we sold the house, and off we went. And silver and gold has done nothing but improve every single year since I've been involved. I have a good amount of knowledge of the history. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. I've got JR, who's with me. I'm going to bring him in on the. We're going to hit the break here, and I'm going to bring him right in. But gold and silver is doing great. It down $3. I'm going to let me refresh. Let's see if it's gonna do some climbing or bounce down. No, now it's only down $2.71. This is how strong silver and gold are right now. Even on the down days doesn't seem to be able to keep silver and gold down for very long. So here's the number. The number is 800-951-0592. Listen to the number. Here it is. It's 800-951-0592. I have 4 gold items, 4 individual gold items. If you're somebody that wants something really cool and different that we haven't been selling very often, call the number. We'll sell it to you. I'll get some updates from Arizona if we sell those. And I have a silver special as well. We're going to cover that and bring JR in on the other side. All right. Hey, really quick, I'm going to bring JR in for a comment, and then I'm going to do the special, and then we're going to start talking. JR, how are you doing today? I'm glad to have you.
I'm doing great. How are you? You sound like you're very peppy today.
Oh, I've always got a lot of energy. The last timer you came on, maybe the last couple times you came on, I got sick the week before Thanksgiving, and then I just had this lingering crud that just continued on and on. And in the last week or two, last couple of weeks, I've kind of broken through, and I don't get sick. And this one was just it's been 6 years since I had anything significant, so it was dragging me down. So if I sound peppy, I think I'm more in my normal mode now. And in the last month, the holidays were not kind to me health-wise.
Well, we went through the same thing here in Arizona, and I'm always, my wife, I do it at this point just to get a rise out of her, but I'm like, HARP, chemtrails, it's not allergies, it's not cold and flu season, it's the government. Yes. So she's always had about enough of me. So let's talk for a second about gold and silver, something you guys rarely cover. Yeah.
Let me do this, Jared. Let me do this before we start really getting into it. I'm going to put the special out now. Then Jared and I are going to talk through the long segment. And then somewhere in the next segment or two, I'm going to let you know if I have any left. So, number one, I have 4 gold items, and I have some silver. All of these items, I'm going to say it now, and then I'll say it when I'm done telling you what I'm selling. This is coming from what we don't have physically in our possession, and it's going to take us some time to get it into our possession. But we've already secured it, so the price is solid. You have to pay us for this stuff and pay us as soon as possible. If we don't get payment right away, we're going to have to, as soon as we receive it, it'll have to go to somebody else. But when you order this, we'll need payment as quickly as you can get it to us, whether you do credit card, send a check, drop the check by Arizona, drop a check or cash by Colorado. And then you're going to have to wait about, I'd say about 3 weeks, maybe up to 6 weeks. I don't know what it's going to take, but you will be locked in. You'll have it ready to go at this price. If silver goes up to $125 an ounce, this will be locked in for the next 3 to 6 weeks, however long delivery. Let me do the silver first. We have 406 1996 Silver Eagles. Now, if people remember last year that bought into this, we had some 1995 Silver Eagles. It was the same kind of process where you needed to pay first and wait. These are not going to, we can't guarantee the highest condition. We haven't seen these. I imagine there may be some rim toning and maybe some milk spotting. So these aren't going to be the highest quality. But if these were in a sealed mint box, these would be worth a whole lot of money. Regardless, these backdate Silver Eagles are becoming more than just silver. They're starting to become collectible. We only really try to sell these when we get them cheap enough to send them out to you guys for a really good price, which is what I'm doing today. I don't I don't have Patriot's site up, but I'm going to check what we're selling a regular Silver Eagle for as an example. So we have 1 ounce American Silver Eagles. A roll is $2,145. I imagine that if I took a little, Joe's busy, and if I took a long look at the site and silver's down a little bit, we probably would have brought that price down some. Let's just say $2,100. Okay, silver's down, $2.50. We're going to sell these coins at $110 each. Now you're already at $105 just for a Silver Eagle, any kind of Silver Eagle, whether it's toned, milk spotted, really nice looking, whatever we get shipped to us, we give to you. It costs you $105. These are 1996. This is the lowest mintage year. It is, besides the 1986, the 1996. This is the premium year for Silver Eagles, and you can get these for $110 each. We're selling them by the roll, $2,200. For $5 over just a standard Silver Eagle, and with the way silver prices are moving, this is the only way to buy your silver right now. You might as well get the 1996s because as the Silver Eagle program continues, this collection of Silver Eagles is becoming the new numismatic to have a set of these, because they were just bullion coins, but now we got 30 years. We're on 30, a little more than 30 years of the program. So 800-951-0592, $110 each, $2,200 a roll for. We only have 400 of them, so that's, you could do the math. That's 5 times 20 rolls. What is that? 20 rolls. Get in quick. Once again, you have to pay on these early, and then wait for the delivery on them. We have 4 gold items. I'll get through these really quick. We have 2, and we don't do a lot of gold eagles. We're selling these gold eagles at the same price as our $20 gold pieces, and these are premium gold products. This is, once again, like the Silver Eagles. I tell you the truth, I like the gold. I like the gold special better than the silver. I like them both hugely. But we have 2 American Gold Eagle proofs, 1 ounce proof coins. This is in the box. This is from the United States Mint, $4,850, which is the same price we have our $20 gold pieces today. We only have 2 of those. Pay early, receive later. We have 1 proof set of Gold Eagles. It has the 1 ounce and the ½ ounce. So 1.5 ounces of gold. That's going to be $7,275. We have 1 of those. 2 of the 1 ounce, 1 of the 1.5 ounce, which has the ounce and the ½ ounce. And then we have 1 set. I don't know the year on this one, so to me it doesn't really matter. It's about the gold. The proof set has the 1 ounce, the ½ ounce, the 1/4 ounce, and the 1/10 ounce, or the 1/10 ounce. That's 1.85 ounces of gold. It's all being set at that $4,850 price. That one's $8,970. Only 1. So this is first come, first serve. I'll tell you right now, if somebody wants to come in and buy the whole thing, all the silver and all the gold, first call gets it all, as far as I'm concerned. 800-951-0592. I'm not in Arizona. I can't update you on the phones ringing. I have no idea. You've been warned. This is the early part of the show. Buy it. So there you go, JR. There's the gold specials. Let's go ahead. You got the floor.
All right. Well, first of all, gold is at what, $4,600 an ounce, right? I mean, silver's at $90 an ounce.
At this moment, $46.17 on gold, and silver's at $90.50, and it's looking like it's coming off of that low overnight of being down $5. It's down $2.50.
And I mean, I've been a financial advisor for going on 30 years. This is unreal to me.
Silver's now only down $1.30. It's already climbed $4 out of its overnight hole, and gold is only down $8. It's at $16.18. As we're speaking, JR, it's coming right out of that sell-off last night, and must have been in China or wherever in Asia. It's coming all the way back, JR.
Well, and I mean, I'm excited. As long as I've been watching things, this is incredible. When you guys said, is it going to be closer to 75 at the end of last year? Well, we're pretty close to 100 now. Yes. And, I mean, look at what's going on around us. The national debt now, $38.6 trillion. That's 36 with 12 zeros after it. That is not a number people can fathom. You've got a GDP to debt ratio. We're 124.2% out of whack. Everything is off. You and I, last time I was on, you and I talked about politics. I forgot about Nigeria. I was worried about Venezuela and Colombia and Iran. And it's every bit of pressure that can happen is happening. So I don't think this is going to stop. And in your world, I think the phrase I've heard is stacking. I think, when people buy over the years, they're stacking. It's funny because I look at it like, the old, before there was high frequency trading computers and marijuana stocks, and before everything was so different in the financial world, the advice my grandfather gave was buy low, sell high. So technically, right now, I should be selling my silver. There is not a chance in where that I would sell 1 ounce of silver right now. It's different than my world. When you're looking at stocks, bonds, annuities, when you're looking at financial products, it's funny, the normal advisor, the normal modus operandi of an advisor, they tell you, as if there's a little correction like there was overnight with silver and gold, you should, buy that, buy the dips. But the same advisors, we've had a 17-year run up in the financial markets. The Dow, the S&P, March will be 17 years. That's the anniversary since the bottom of the Great Recession. They don't say sell the peaks. They just remind you to buy the dips. With silver and gold, it's the opposite. Why on earth would you sell something right now? And I hear you guys. You'll buy it if people want to.
I can come up with some reasons why you sell. So for me, JR, I've never, and I know people like to look at it as investment. People say invest in gold and silver, right? And when gold and silver takes off like this, it really looks like investment. And there's some opportunities when things run fast. But I've always looked at, and this is why, what is that guy, Dave Ramsey, the guy that hates gold, right? And he craps all over gold and talks about how it's terrible, and because he wants you to buy into his stock market and then stuff that he's into and property, and that's fine. And Dave Ramsey says it's a terrible investment. The thing that Dave Ramsey doesn't understand is if he understood gold and silver the way I do, maybe he would buy a little gold and silver because it's savings. If you're going to park your money for a while because you're waiting to see what's going on with the markets, or you just would need to put something away for a rainy day, you put it in gold and silver. Now, you don't put it into savings into gold and silver and then turn around 1 month later and try to sell it. You'll lose on the margins. There is a premium that everybody has to pay from the miners all the way to you, the consumer, of buying it. But to me, JR, gold and silver is savings. And so you're like, I'm not going to sell any. Well, JR, I can understand why people that are buying this, why sell, right? But, there are different people at different income levels and with different financial situations. And I'll be blunt with this. I'm taking over the radio station, okay? And for me to take the radio station from Joe's possession to my possession, there's going to be a financial transaction. And it's like, here's an X amount of money that has to be paid to get this accomplished. Where am I going to get it? That's where gold and silver comes in good. My daughter's going to have a wedding. It's going to be $25,000. I don't really want to try to, sell this or sell that or, whatever, or get a loan. I don't want to get a loan on this. Bang, gold and silver. You spend the savings on very important events, and then you continue to stack your savings for the next big event. So, JR, it sounds to me like you probably don't have any big events coming, but I don't know if you had a child that was getting married, or if you had a huge hailstorm that just tore your roof off your house, and you don't want the deductible's $8,000 or whatever it is. It's a good way not to have to take that hit really hard by digging into your gold and silver savings. And that's how I've always used gold and silver, JR. It's savings. You should sell it, but it needs to be sold when it's really important. Otherwise, stack it, right? Just stack it, and hold on to it, especially right now.
See, what you're saying makes sense. I look at it like right now, if I had a child that was getting married right now, I'd almost get a loan. I'd look for a loan
before
selling precious metals. The world is so fragile. And you know what, Jason, what bothers me? I manage money into the future without a crystal ball. I'm looking, I look ahead 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Then I look back 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Are things going to be the same, better, or worse? And right now, I always consider myself, I'm not a pessimist, I'm not an optimist, I'm a realist. I add up numbers, and if they don't jive, I question it.
Excellent. We're going to have more with JR coming after the break. Remember, we have those specials, 800-951-0592. We'll be back with you here in just a couple minutes. All right, welcome back. The Patriot Radio News Hour. So that's what you're listening to. Gold and silver, 800-951-0592. Really quick, we have two proof 1-ounce gold eagles for $48.50, the same price as we have our 20s. That's a premium gold, and nothing like a nice shiny gold coin at the highest quality. And we have two of those. One proof set of a 1 ounce and a half ounce gold eagle at $72.75. It's still priced at that $48.50. And one proof set of gold eagles, $89.70. That's 1.85 ounces. You must pay for these items as quickly as possible. This is an item that's held for us. It will be shipped in about 3 weeks, maybe up to 4 to 5 weeks. Be patient, but you'll be locked in. We also have 1 ounce silver eagles, 1996 silver eagles, which we're selling for only $5 more. And it's getting to be less than $5 more than our regular 1 ounce silver eagles that you would just buy. They're selling at $110 each as a roll, $2,200. There's only 406 of these. 800-951-0592. Give Arlene and Kathy and Christine a call, and you better jump on these as quick as you can. I don't know how many are left just yet, but I'll get an update soon. JR, let's continue on as we're talking about. Hey, don't let go of any of it unless you have a real good reason to, right?
Yeah, at least currently. I just, as I think about when I started buying little bits of silver, which was 20-something years ago, versus now, I'm like, how could you sell? And my thing too, you guys say it all the time, it's a store of value. This is what protects your wealth. All of us believe in moderation, diversification. So we kind of presume most people that are buying precious metals have other assets. And I know when you have me on, part of it is, you guys are the experts in precious metals. You're the name I give out to people. I watch the money side of things. And I, again, with almost 3 decades in this job, I've never seen anything like I'm seeing now. Healthcare, borders, politics, all the stuff in this country. Then you add all the geopolitics. We're in very uncharted territory. And when you bring me on, I presume you want a little, insight into the financial services industry outside of precious metals. This seems, when you have a 17-year run up in the markets, and obviously a lot of people don't know this, but like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, that's 30 companies. A little bit easy to manipulate. Anyway, so I think, without my crystal ball, that 2026, there's going to be some cracks in the market. And I watch financial advisors. I see what my office does. I see what other firms do. And it's funny because when we have some corrections, which personally I believe will be this year, here come the advisors. Don't sell. Then you lock in your losses. Right now it's only a paper loss. Yeah, but advisor, you just had 17 years of a run-up in my portfolio. Why weren't you telling me this is only a paper gain? Unless I sell and go see Jason and Joe, I haven't captured these gains. It's only on paper.
Yep.
So I want to kind of remind people, be proactive, not reactive.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think I'm similar to you, but I don't know if we're going to have any meaningful sell-offs in any markets this year. Maybe. I don't, neither JR or myself know for sure. I think the amount of printing that's going on, and we haven't had the rates dropped as far as they're going to go, so an inflative cycle. The geopolitics are pointing at needing to get the oil prices up. You think Venezuela, supply and demand, well, now we have a larger supply. That should drive the oil prices down. No, it's we're going to cap that, stop them from sending oils out into the ocean to other foreign nations, and bring the oil prices up. The goal here right now is inflation. Even though the stock market, in my mind, is really kind of an inflationary it resembles inflation a little bit. It's going to get pumped up by all this money, this spending that's going on. JR brought in the amount of the national debt, moving closer and closer to $40 trillion. They have decided, because it's either market crash or inflation. The decision's been made clearly: inflation. So the way I see it, JR, we maybe even in the entire year of 2026, all asset classes hitting record highs, all of them. I think even property even goes up this year. I think it's all going to get to a stagflationary cycle, a very tremendous one. And what JR is telling you is, whether JR is right, it's going to happen. We have some pullbacks this year, or if it just keeps racing up like I think it's going to race up, you do want to keep your eye on it, because, you don't have a gain until you cash it in. JR, I think we're going to see some of the phoniest, high-priced, bubbled markets that we've ever seen. And when it sells off, and this is for everybody listening, when it sells off, everything's going to sell off. And one of the reasons they love to pop these huge bubbles, JR, is because if they blow everyone's assets up to these huge high amounts, I'm talking gold and silver, all of it, all you have to do is, if you go back and look at the COVID crash, which nobody gives any credence to. Nobody wants to, these most economics guys, they don't want to talk about the COVID crash because, it was the disease. It was the pandemic. No, it was a financial planned situation. And that disease, in my mind, was created, and the emergency around it was overinflated to create a crash in prices. And here's what's going to happen. Gold will go down. Silver will go down. Cryptos will go down. The market will go down. Housing prices will go down. I think whenever this happens, JR, the major part of this is when the asset prices are so high that everybody thinks they're doing so great, wages aren't going up, and then boom, all these people are going to see their assets go down so fast, and they're going to be like, oh, I got ripped off. JR's here telling you, be ready to sell some of this stuff off. It's interesting, JR. We tell people, we have the metals program. We have people buying a little bit at a time. Cost average, they say, or however you want to term it, as the asset goes up over year. But in a lot of ways, JR, and I don't know if this is something that you do, but as things are going up, you could sell a little bit off at a time. And that way, if there is a big crash, you put yourself in a great position. To tell the audience, is this something that you do?
Yeah, 100%. And what you're talking about is dollar cost averaging. And yes, people that put $50 into a Roth IRA every month, $100, whatever. Yeah, you're buying at different, entry points. But over the years, it's growing. One of the things that I've added the last 17 years is dollar cost averaging out. Pay down debt, buy precious metals, get diversified, buy Texit coin. I mean, look at different asset classes. So, yes, and my thinking, you guys have talked about it. I've talked about it. You've got the BRICS nations unveiling the unit. You've got the AI bubble. You've got all these influences. Sounds like music. Are we going to break?
We're hitting a break. We got JR here with us, so stay with us. 800-951-0592. Gold and silver, talking the markets with JR. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Patriot Radio News Hour here on a Thursday. 800-951-0592. JR, we'll jump right back into it. We're talking about, sometimes selling a little bit on the way up, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a huge crash, and everyone's, you have all these YouTubers and all these shows are talking about this huge crash, and it just doesn't, the last few years, it doesn't happen. It's not happening. And when you have an inflationary cycle that we're going through, the asset prices just keep going up. And I've told people before also that if you have a house, let's say your house is worth $400,000. Let's do the numbers easy. You have a house that's worth $500,000, and your house in 2025, at the beginning of the year, was $500,000, and then at the end of the year, and your house is worth $505,000, and the housing's not doing all that good. But it's like, hey, mine went up 1%. But most people are like, yeah, at least it didn't go down. A lot of housing prices were going down. Mine went up 1%. But as an asset, compared to other assets, or compared to the inflation, you lost a bunch of money. That asset didn't grow nearly as fast, especially a depreciating asset like a home. You were losing money. inflationary cycles can make some of your assets that aren't keeping up losing money with the price going up. You can lose money with prices going up, and that's what an inflationary cycle. Venezuela got sanctioned for 25 years, and about 8 years ago when the sanctions came on really heavy, I mean, they were being really hound-dogged hard by the Trump's first administration. They had an inflationary cycle. Okay, and everyone talked, all they showed on the news is they can't buy food, and it costs 1,000 whatever pesos to buy whatever. But what they didn't show you is the stock market in Venezuela had a boom. It just went skyrocketing upward. And then when everything broke down and the inflation started to cool a little bit, it came down like a rock. And a lot of people that were trying to protect themselves in the Venezuelan inflation, that was not altogether their fault, but they lost a lot of money trying to hold it in the things that were gaining value. And JR, that's where you're coming in. You can help people hold those gains by cost averaging, selling it on the way up.
Well, and we help people by making sure they know what they have. We don't know what's coming up. You're right. You and I don't know. Nobody knows. But I can tell you what, we've never had this many things at the same time on the table, ever. And you look at what could poke through and hurt the market. The tech bubble in 2000. It was such a frenzy. Well, there's a lot of parallels with the AI bubble. We did have the largest black swan event in the history of the world, not just our country, with COVID. March of 2020. You and I have talked about this. At the banks, they put the fractional reserve requirement down to 0%. Fast forward 6 years, it's still at zero. The banks have no money. The world is on fire. We literally could go into civil war in this country. I think if something pokes through, what's the old expression about money? It takes the escalator up and the elevator down.
Yes.
Money goes up slowly compared to how fast it goes down. And we have been in a melt-up for years. It's the melt-up is usually the end before the bubble bursts.
Well, and with your analogy,
the bubble just won't burst.
With your analogy, JR, it's not an escalator going up. It's the elevator going up now, and it's jumping out the window going down. That's literally that's what I'm trying to describe. The COVID crash really people need to examine that. There were days that the Dow Jones was going down 3,000 points in a day. Now the stock market's at record highs. What are we at? Like just sub 50,000. What do you think?
Dow is about to hit 50,000.
50,000.
Japan is at 53.
So if we have a COVID crash, if we have another COVID crash, no matter what the false flag operation is going to be, it was 9/11 one year. It was the housing crash was let's just blame mortgage-backed securities and bankers behaving badly. Then the COVID crash, you guys got to look at it. The market dropped 33% in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That's a blink. That would take us down. What would that take us down? About 17,000. That would take us down the Dow down to 33,000 in 6 weeks. You would have days where the market would be down 5,000 points. And gold and silver showing it to you. Gold and silver has these huge up and down days now. Gold is a leading indicator. It's not a lagging indicator. And so gold and silver, JR, is showing that this is going to happen.
Yes. And gold, to me, is an indicator that you should be careful with the stock market. Gold, to me, is a defensive play. It's a hedge. It's a hard asset. Your stocks are not a hard asset. They're very much a paper asset. We believe that, if you want to trade, yes, buy the ETFs, buy SLV, and GLD. If you want to own your precious metals, own them. Have them. Take possession of them. And I look at it with stocks, you really can't do that. If you have a paper certificate of your Honeywell stock at home, it's not going to be worth much if the market crashes. But when you talk about Venezuela, this country is due for hyperinflation. Are we ready for it? The unit, we don't talk about it anymore. It came out, on my show. I've been talking about it for over a year. So it finally comes out. No worry. years ago, FedNow came out. No worry. Everything comes and goes so fast. And I just think with an everything bubble, let's just say Taiwan, gets heated up and Russia and China become partners. If there's any geopolitical stumble at the same time that we have any stumble in this country, say the 18th time the Insurrection Act is activated, I just think so much is on the table. My gut feeling, and I run with that because we have no proof of the future, my gut feeling is this is the year. Your gut feeling is that it's not yet. I can't wait till December to see what this year brings us.
How about this? I think there's going to be ugliness in the news cycle this year so that the Democrats, I think it's completely controlled. The Democrats will gain control of the House and Senate in this mid-year, this midterm. The crashing is going to, in my mind, has to be more like a 2027, maybe even 2028. But the only reason, JR, that I differ is because the amount of money that's coming in has just gotten started. The artificial sugar high is just starting. I got a text that came in, copper, baby, it's going up fast, too. Yeah, exactly. It's 4 cents worth of copper and an 82 or older copper penny. Let me say this. I don't have an update from Arizona, so I don't know what is sold or not. We have a great gold special and a great silver special. I'm just going to say this. If these gold coins don't sell today, it's just 4 items. It's just unintelligent in my mind not to buy these. You're listening and you want gold at any time in the near future or today. It's just unintelligent not to buy these. And let me explain why. The richest of the rich, generational wealth, the wealthiest families, the Rothschild type guys throughout history, if you can ever get a good conversation with them, they'll tell you that there's only 3 things that really matter to build your wealth permanently, okay? It's property, it's gold, and here's the third one, which is why you should be buying this special. It's art. The guy that just sent me the text that says "copper, baby, it's going up." Now, if I made my if I got into Jason becomes an egomaniac, and I'm going to make a bronze statue of myself and put it in front of the radio station because I am the overlord and controller of KXXT, right? And I become Stalinistic of this whole thing, right? The amount of the copper weight of that bronze statue, I'm always going to have that value. I can melt down that bronze statue for the copper weight. But just the fact that it's a piece of art using that commodity, which is copper, bronze is almost all copper. It has a value much more than the copper on top of the copper value. When you can get proof gold eagles, which is a small piece of art, a coin is a piece of art. That's why people love coins so much. It's a poor man's ability to get your hands on a little piece of art. But you got the gold value as well. So if we're going to sell proof gold eagles at the same price as our normal circulated $20 gold pieces, same price, and we only got 4 of these available, it's a home run hit for anybody out there. Because even if gold were to go down $200, $300 the next couple of days, you're still sitting in a good position on these coins. We have 2 1-ounce gold eagle proofs at $48.50. We have one that's the half ounce and the 1 ounce. It's a set proof gold eagles, $72.75, and we have one full set, which has the full ounce, the half ounce, the quarter ounce, and the 10th ounce. That's $8,970. It's 1.85 ounces of gold. You have to pay for this up front. This is we have secured this, but delivery is at least 3 weeks out. I'm going to always give myself more time. It could be 5 weeks out. But you got to pay up front. We got to get these sold, and then it'll be locked in. We also have, and Silver Eagles, as far as I'm concerned, Silver Eagles, it's the best bullion coin as far as just look at it. Every time I show a new person a Silver Eagle versus our old junk silver and other coins, everyone is always impressed by looking at that Walking Liberty design on the Silver Eagle. It's a piece of art. And we got 1996s. It's the year that has the lowest mintage. We're selling them for just a little bit above what a 1-ounce Silver Eagle, any of them, would cost you. They're $110 each in a roll of 20. $2,200 for the roll. Once again, you have to pay up front, and then you'll get delivery. If you want one Silver Eagle, if you want one of these Silver Eagles, it's $115. We'll sell single Silver Eagles or a few at a time. You got to call 800-951-0000. 0592, and we'll do the 1 ounce Silver Eagles. You can buy one or buy 10 at a time, however you want. There has to be 115 if you don't buy the roll.